our young people are looking at this and they're saying this is something that is right because the politicians, the leaders of our country, this is something that they do. So, Mr. Prime Minister, I would like for you to, first of all, apologize on the way you responded to the question. And secondly, allow me to finish, please. Allow me to finish, please.
See on this matter than I do.
If
I am not here to create, and I make that point very seriously, because I am not here to create a system that is going to deprive Jamaicans of their freedom. And you know what else?
but the bill does.
I am not hiding from consultation. I am here facing the questions. Unlike most, I am facing the questions and answering them. And I will go to every church in Jamaica. I will go to every room, every house, and I will answer them.
Hello guys, how are you? I'm hoping that you're doing well wherever you're watching me from. And today the stage is hot, and I have this video of these university students, and they are trying to, make the government accountable of what the government is doing. They're trying to call out the government and telling them the sins that they've committed against the citizens. And one of the things that I loved is how these students are so bold enough to speak it out regardless of who is in front of them. That's a prime minister, and they are telling him, you cannot do us this way, and you think that you're going to get away with it. I just want us to watch the video and see what we can unpack from it, and see what we can also learn from it. And later on, I'm going to share my commentary on the same. Please let me also know how you think about it. Let me also learn from your perspective. Your presenter to Shadrach, and if this is your first time, please watch the video till the end so that you can also hear from my perspective. Yeah, watch till the end, and if you've not yet subscribed, please do so. Support our channel by subscribing. It's very simple. You're just tapping that subscription button, that like button, and you've already supported us. We're going to greatly appreciate. Let's rock in.
So know that the debate surrounding needs is on in earnest, and many persons are voicing their opinions and concerns. We see now where Prime Minister Holness has taken step to correct something in his head that is out in the public. He said someone spliced a video from a youth town hall to mislead you and give the impression that I disrespected a young man who asks about needs. This is not so. Please see the full exchange. We must be careful of those who will use dishonesty to achieve their narrow political objectives. Read for yourself, do your own research, and get full clips. Be careful of what and who you trust on social media. So I will play the video clip, and you will decide for yourselves whether or not Prime Minister Holness would have responded to this young man in a way that would have been disrespectful. You will be the judge.
Good night, everyone. My name is Daniel Thomas. I'm the president of the Love March movement, which is a youth organization, and we have an initiative called Colorblind, which is where we encourage young people to be engaged in political and national matters with an unbiased eye, without political assignment or, alignment rather. Okay, so my issue that I would like to raise at this time is with respect to needs. All right. Now, I am not, and we are not, against a national ID. We see the benefit of it. There are great pros. It will fill gaps in the country, but we believe that in its current form, it poses significant issues for many Jamaicans, especially with the fact that there has not been, in my opinion, and many other Jamaicans, 60,000, I checked the petition this morning, 60,000 Jamaicans here and abroad who feel that there needs to be more consultation, ventilation of the issues, speaking about pros and cons. All right, both of them are important to a consultative process. So we're being told that we must enroll in NIDS, or in the next 3 years we'll be possibly fined a max of $100,000 and barred from government services and possibly private services as well. The only exception being where there's a threat to health or life or a state of national emergency. Now, I'm deeply concerned about this bill because of the impact on the country.
So Charles, you have given us 2 points in the bill that you'd like responded to.
Well, I can't go into all of them, but just to say, right now I qualify for NHT.
Yes.
In 3 years, I will somehow lose my qualification because, I mean, somebody can respond to the NHT point, of course.
You're sure about that?
Well, that is my understanding because it won't be a threat to my life or health.
This is where you're going to come to get all the answers. All right. So allow them to respond now. Thanks, Charles. Really appreciate it.
We have over 60,000 Jamaicans.
So Charles, so you have to allow them to respond.
Me?
Yeah,
I'm
sorry.
Thomas, sorry.
I'm so sorry, Thomas. My apologies.
Can I just finish the last
name.
2 lines here?
The last 2 lines?
Very quick.
2 points or lines?
2 lines. So my closing thought would be to withdraw the bill, allow for proper ventilation of the issues over a 3-month period even, town hall meetings and joint select committee where we can properly speak about the many issues that are in the bill. We're not against the bill, but we are for the country of Jamaica moving forward.
Thanks,
well,
Thomas.
I tell you
excellent.
What,
Thomas, yes.
I'm very happy that we find common ground, being that we are both for the country moving forward. But I just wanted to know, can you now get your NHT benefit without providing identification? I just wanted to know. And the answer is no. No, you can't. Secondly, and let's be clear,
Hang on, Thomas, you don't get a second chance. So sorry, you already asked.
You've asked
It's
your
rhetorical.
No, you already asked.
Oh, it was
I'm
rhetorical.
sorry.
Okay, fine. Like many other things, it's rhetorical. Fine. Secondly, Thomas, do you know, how old are you, Thomas?
I am 26.
Do you know that this bill, this idea of creating a national registry started from as early as 1970? And we have been discussing this national ID, morphed from having a birth certificate that's unique, starting with ID for voting, which by now most Jamaicans who don't intend to vote but who want some identification decides that, well, we will take the voter ID but we won't vote. I'll give my fingerprint for the voter ID but I don't vote. There are 1.8 million Jamaicans who want an ID and they give their fingerprint willingly, including some of the 60,000 who signed the petition. Answering personal questions, providing personal information, and freely giving of their biometric. The government has that now. What's new? You talk about consultation and speaking about this bill. In 2002, this bill was brought to the Parliament of Jamaica by the then Minister of Health, John Jr. It was tabled in Parliament and a joint select committee was named. It sat and languished and nothing happened. In 2009, former Prime Minister Bruce Golding saw that the bill was there, nothing is happening with it, started a resurrection of it. In 2012, former Prime Minister Portia Simpson Miller took the bill, and her very statements, this is a very important thing and we are going to push it, and started the negotiation for a loan to do this with the IDB. It was good for them to start the conversation about a $64 million loan, but now it is not good. You know what I reject? Do you know what I reject? I reject the view that somehow you have a higher moral authority on this matter than I do. I am not here to create, and I make that point very seriously, because I am not here to create a system that is going to deprive Jamaicans of their freedom. And you know what else?
But the bill does.
I am not hiding from consultation. I am here facing the questions. Unlike most, I am facing the questions and answering them. And I will go to every church in Jamaica. I will go to every room, every house, and I will answer them. Because I am not trying to take away anybody's right.
Deal with the Prime Minister.
And I find that this discussion is disingenuous, unfair, and untruthful. And I will tell you, Jamaica, I am not going to hide from this. If you say that you are for Jamaica and that you agree that we should have a national civil registry, then let us talk as we are doing, but let us talk on the facts of the situation, not on the untruth and what we make up. Let us discuss the facts.
All right.
So this was the reaction of another young man who was not appreciative of how the Prime Minister responded to the first young man who questioned about needs.
Okay, good night everyone. My name is Glendon Martin. I am a student of the University of Technology. And I had a question, but the president had a similar question, so I'll allow him to ask the question. But what I have to say, well, I have a comment actually. The gentleman that asked the question on NIDS, Mr. Prime Minister, I was taken aback by the way you responded to the question. I felt that you came across too strong, and when I was listening to you, while I was listening to you, I was saying, everybody, should I go and ask this gentleman a question? Will he answer me in the same tone that he answered the young man? And what I want to say and what I want to see in Jamaica or overall with politics is that our politicians behave sometimes, even in parliament, when you see them jumping over, arguing with each other. Our young people are looking at this and they're saying this is something that is right because the politicians, the leaders of our country, this is something that they do. So, Mr. Prime Minister, I would like for you to, first of all, apologize on the way you responded to the question. And secondly, allow me to finish, please. Allow me to finish, please.
So, my darling, hang on 1 second. Sir, hold on, everybody. 1 second. You know, the great thing about youth, hold on, the great thing about youth is that we see no boundaries at all, none at all. I think that you possibly could think hard on your comment and suggestion, really, in terms of the implications. I understand your feeling, but allow the Prime Minister to respond, though, since you have no quiet question. Allow the Prime Minister to respond.
Just one thing I need to add to
no,
what I was saying.
you've gone past your 30.
Well, just to what I was saying, that our country is seeing some improvement, and that is something I must commend your government on doing. But we want to see more and more where the young people voice is being heard, and you can listen and sit and talk with us to hear what we have to say.
Thank you so much.
Well, look, let me be frank with you, right? Let me be frank with you. I was a young man too. And that's an excellent strategy that you tried to use a while ago. I commend you. Excellent strategy. But I learned one lesson in my political career. Passion. And when you believe in something, you have to stand for it. And you have to speak with passion. And, you know, I'm sure Thomas knows that it was a very good back and forth response. And you made some points, Thomas, and I made some points. Exactly. And at the end of it, Thomas is going to sit me and say, "Hail, Prime Minister." And I'm going to say, "Hail, Thomas."
Yes. Yes. Come on now.
Oh my goodness, it was very hot. I know you've watched it to the very end, and you know, the video, I can say it's one of the videos one of the videos that I've ever done or reacted to that I ever loved so much, because I love the zeal in these young men speaking for their rights. There's one thing that I always love, just seeing fellas standing for their own, standing with what they believe in, you know, and they are not intimidated regardless of their age, regardless of what they have and what they don't have. You know, it was outstanding for me. That was a remarkable act by these young men, because, you know, seeing university students demanding accountability from the Jamaican government is nothing short of revolutionary. I love it. It captures a moment that is not only urgent but deeply symbolic, and I can say it reflects a generation stepping into its voice with fire that cannot be ignored or silenced. You've all seen it, and I think it's a different generation right now. You've also seen it in Kenya, where the Gen Zs broke into the streets and they were all singing about what they believed in. They were all marching forward for change, marching forward for transformation that they had not seen for a couple of years. And you know that image of students armed, and not armed with weapons, but with the truth that they carry, with the intellect that they've been given, and a fearlessness confronting decades of governmental neglect, is a powerful reminder that true leadership often begins from below, from the grassroots, from that small thing that we think that it's small in our eyes. You can see even when the Gen Zs who are protesting in Kenya, they were just talking about it, and I guess maybe the leader saw that these are very minor stuff and they can just control it the way they want. But they were shocked, man, by the impact that they made. The country went into silence. Nothing was running, and silence took over, just because they thought that these are young kids. They actually don't know what they're doing. They are not sure of how to do it, but they were shocked. And I guess this is the case with Jamaica. I just love it. Their confidence is piercing. It is that kind of confidence born from years of watching communities being left behind. And these are not just students, they are the sons and daughters of a struggling nation, children of vendors, children of teachers, and children of single parents. So when they see government neglecting them and trying to behave in such a way that they don't know what's happening, or they are trying to assume the impact that their the corruption that is going on into the government is having onto the people, man, they make these children, this youth, become raised. And when you see these students, they're not probably, or I can say, they're not speaking for themselves alone. They are speaking for those Jamaicans who have suffered silently under corruption, political deception, and the normalized dysfunction of state systems. These governments or these politicians can be very funny. They know what's bothering the people, but they don't want to address it directly. And I think this where the problem is. I can for sure say that this student was very right confronting the Prime Minister, telling him you must ask for forgiveness, because he had to. Looking at whatever these leaders do, and when you talk about stuffs that affect citizens like the ones that you've had there, they try to intimidate you or make you feel like you don't know what you're saying. So I really congratulate this young brother for standing out and airing her voice out, refusing to be shut down, refusing to be kept quiet. And guys, have you just looked at the eyes of that young man? There's a boldness that generation before many have not had the space to express. They are standing on the shoulders of ancestors who probably fought colonialism, racial injustice, and exploitation, and yet they are adding their own voice, unapologetically Caribbean, unmistakably Jamaican, and deeply aware of their power, their articulation. I can say it's very sharp, and their analysis is a deep, and their demands are, I would rather say, are grounded in both their constitution and lived reality of their people. And what strikes deeply is how these students understand the role of accountability. They are demanding structural change, transparency in government, equity in education, fairness in public spending, and end to all this corruption that we are seeing in most of these countries, and to this injustice that we are seeing perpetuated by these political leaders and the political class of elites. And personally, I felt like watching them, I was watching history unfold. They remind, even for sure, they reminded you that universities are not just spaces for exams and degrees. That's the place where leaders are born. That's where their confidence is also born. Students are refusing to sit quietly while their country is looted, while their country is in a deeper problem. And I love the fact that they still know that the road ahead is very, very long and maybe hard to walk on, but they walk it together. They walk it in solidarity. Their voices are combined, and that's where power is. I can say that we owe them support, we owe them protection, and we owe them the amplification of their voices. Because, you know, from the look of things, these students are not asking for applause, they're not asking for pity. I believe, and I think you also see they are asking for action from the government. And if the government cannot listen to them, the people should. The people, I believe, the people will listen to them. The world will listen to them. Because these young Jamaicans, fierce, fearless, and full of fire, are the future of Jamaica. They are the Jamaica of tomorrow. But more than that, they are the fierce truth of the present, and their time is right now. So people, you got to support them, stand with them. This will help a lot. This will help a lot, because remember, every decision that is made by the government doesn't affect youth alone. It affects the entire Jamaica. It affects the entire population of Jamaicans. So they have to be supported. These are just my thoughts. I believe you also have your thoughts. Please, you can share them here. You let us know what you think about it. You let us know. You let us think together and reason together with you. At the end of the day, we are going to learn from each other. I've been your presenter, Turain, and I'm hoping to see you in the next video. Thank you so much for tuning in up to this very end, and please don't leave without subscribing. If you've not yet subscribed, please just hit that subscription button, that like button, and we are going to greatly appreciate it. It's very simple. Just raising your finger and placing on top of that subscription button. Very simple. I believe you can do it. I believe we can do this together and grow together as a family. I'm hoping to see you in the next video, but until then, please keep safe. Support a brother, stand with a fella. This is the least that we can do for each other. Remember, humanity should be our religion. Goodbye.